Hi, if you found this unlisted video, consider yourself lucky. My name is Drake, I'm a Web3 developer, and I want to tell you a story. But what I'm not going to tell you is how difficult my upbringing was, how I came from a poor family, or how hard it is to make money these days. You already know that. All I need you to know is that I just wanted to earn a lot and live a wealthy life, as I'm sure most of you do. And in our world today, that is actually possible in this new and exciting world of cryptocurrency. Now, while searching for ways to earn, I studied trading, crypto exchanges, different smart contracts, and all other ways I could possibly earn money. And while searching for ways to earn, I studied everything I possibly could: trading, crypto exchanges, smart contracts, every single method that promised results. But I started noticing one thing. Some people make insane amounts of money and become crypto millionaires in just a few months. Super short time window, but nobody really knew how. Nobody knows how. And meanwhile, others lose everything: their savings, their time, their trust on exchanges, swaps, and basically every possible trap designed to take it all away from them. And that's when it hit me. Money doesn't disappear. It flows from those who lose it to those who know how to take it for themselves. And that realization changed everything for me. I decided I had to understand how this all really worked. And that is where I wanted to dig and find out where that flow begins and how to be on the right side of it. So I went deep, really deep. YouTube forums, private groups, AI platforms, ChatGPT, every tool you can imagine. I tried everything: Forex, trading bots, futures, copy trading platforms, DeFi projects, literally every promising way to earn online. And believe me, I spent the last year testing them all. And most of what's out there, it's built to make you lose money. That's just the truth. To hand over what you have into someone else's hands. That's just the honest truth. And all the money I earned as a Web3 developer by coding day and night, I ended up losing while testing all these so-called ways to earn. And eventually, my search took me somewhere I never thought I'd go, which is the dark web. And after months of digging and making new connections, I found him, one of those so-called new crypto millionaires. And so we started talking. We became friends, actually. And after 2 months of conversations, he finally sold me something for a pretty big price, which is a secret prompt. It's a simple line of text you feed into a specific AI, and it generates the code for an arbitrage contract on Ethereum. And that contract works like pure magic. I'll just say that. It has worked quite well. And so with that said, I want to share this with you, but not the prompt itself. Unfortunately, I can't just give that away. And by the end of this video, hopefully you will understand why. But I wanted to get the maximum profit from this because it's designed for the bot to work for only about 5 months. And those 5 months are all we've got to change our lives. So that's why I'm planning to sell it. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. First, I want to show you how it all actually works and how I got my chance. So let's take a look. Now, our bot is designed around decentralized arbitrage. What that means is it leverages liquidity on major DEXs, such as Uniswap, V2 and V3, SushiSwap, Balancer, all combined with flash loans from Avi. And so the logic's actually pretty simple. The bot will continuously look for price differences between these decentralized exchanges. And when a profitable spread is detected, it will execute an automatic trade, buying on one decentralized exchange and instantly selling on another one within a single transaction. And this guarantees two things, actually. The trade will either complete fully with profit, or it will revert with no loss. And by using flash loans or its own liquidity, the bot can maximize capital efficiency, while built-in checks for things like gas, slippage, and fees all ensure only net profitable trades are executed. So while this idea might sound complicated at first, it's actually pretty simple and pretty easy to understand once you break it down. All of this works with Claude AI, and it's the only one that can generate the contract code that actually brings income. Now, I'll show you that it's real and that I am telling the truth and I'm not making all this up. So I'm going to open Claude. paste it in the prompt, and hit enter. Sorry, I can't show the prompt itself for obvious reasons. So Claude will think for a moment, then it will spit out the code. So I copy that code to my clipboard and open the bot code link. So for you, I'll create a special link to the bot code. It'll be available down below in the video description. So next, open Forge Ethereum website. Forge Ethereum is a browser-based tool for writing and deploying Ethereum smart contracts, all written in Solidity. This compiler processes the code exactly as it is without deleting any important functions, which is what we want. And you can always find the link to the current version. Once again, I'll put it in the description below. So first, make sure you have the Coinbase wallet extension installed in your browser, but you can really use any other wallet of your choice, like Brave Wallet, Trust Wallet, Ledger, or really many others. The process is pretty much the same. The only difference is the wallet interface. So once you're on the compiler, you want to create a new file, name it whatever you like. But for my example here, I'm just going to call it bot.sol. Now paste that bot code into the file. Make sure you carefully read any and all code paste alerts like this. You always want to take the time to verify the code yourself for obvious security and transparency reasons. Now, at this point, it's super important for me to note that for this bot to operate effectively, it does require a minimum deposit of 0.5 Ethereum, half an Ethereum. So the more Ethereum you deposit, the more transactions this bot can process, potentially leading to greater profits. But the maximum amount to run the bot is 5 Ethereum. So if you try to start with a larger amount, the bot simply just won't start. It won't activate. It won't run. These limits are set so you don't stand out among a huge wave of contracts and transactions. You want to stay in the shadows to earn. You want to slip below the radar. So before proceeding, make sure your wallet is connected to the Ethereum mainnet and that it contains at least 0.5 Ethereum, if not more. Now head over to the Solidity compiler tab, and here's what you do. Check optimization box. This must be enabled, and this will help reduce gas costs by optimizing the compiled bytecode. Once everything is set, you want to click compile bot.sol, or whatever name you gave your file. After the successful compilation here, you want to navigate to the Deploy and Run Transactions tab in the left sidebar. And under Environment, select Injected Provider Coinbase Wallet, or whatever wallet you are using and decided to use. At this point, a wallet prompt should appear. You want to approve this connection. Once linked, you'll see your wallet address displayed in compiler. Then click Deploy to publish your contract to the blockchain. Perfect. So before confirming the transaction in wallet, you want to manually set the gas to fast. You want to make this aggressive. The extra cost is minimal, but this can really greatly speed up the deployment transaction, which is what you want. All right, now that we've deployed our bot, it's time to verify that deployment status. So first check the terminal at the bottom of Remix for a message confirming that the contract has been successfully deployed. Okay, perfect. So once you see this confirmation message, you want to click the View on Etherscan link. This will take you to the Etherscan website where you can check your contract status. Now, if the transaction status here shows as success, it means your bot has been deployed correctly. Perfect. So click on the contract created link to open your contract page, and here you can check all the transactions and see the contract owner. The contract creator is also the contract owner and its operator. It's very important to understand this distinction. They are one and the same. Only the contract operator can perform actions with the smart contract funds. Now, withdrawals can only be made by the creator's wallet address. So keep your wallet safe. That goes without saying. Now here, you can check your contract balance. Right now it's 0, obviously, because my bot was just created and it hasn't started yet. So let's run it. Back in compiler here, click on the deployed contract listed in the deployed contract section. This will open up the full interface of your bot contract. And from here, you can access detailed info about your bot, including the trading balance, things like that, and interact with the available contract functions directly. Now let's take a quick look at the main menu of the bot, and I'll walk you through what each button does. So first here, you have the key button. This will display your personal API key, which is the link between your bot and Claude AI. This connection lets the bot instantly analyze the market and send real-time arbitrage signals. So in simple terms, it will make your bot incredibly smart, making it capable of over 1,000 analytical operations every single second. Set trade balance Ethereum here. This is where you set the exact amount of Ethereum the bot will use for trading. Now remember, you want to set this to at least half an Ethereum. Then there's the set trade balance percent. What this is instead of entering like a fixed amount of Ethereum, this lets you allocate like a percentage of your wallet balance. So it's super useful if you want the bot to manage things a little more dynamically. Next, we have Start Native. This button starts the bot and kicks off its automated trading process. Stop does exactly what it sounds like. It stops all trading, it halts the bot and stops all trading activity. And finally, you have a withdraw, which will send any profits the bot has made directly to your wallet. All right, now I'm going to click on the key button and copy our personal API key. Next, I'll scroll up and paste it into the API key tab. And after that, I'll specify the deposit size for the bot. So for this example, I'm going to set mine to 1 Ethereum. Now I'll go ahead and click Start Native to activate my bot. And now at this point, the bot begins to analyze the entire wallet to prepare for trading. So make sure you're still connected to the Ethereum mainnet. Make sure your gas is set to fast and confirm the transaction in your wallet. So let's give this a moment. Okay, perfect. Transaction confirmed. So now let's head over to Etherscan and check the status of that smart contract. Refresh the page and just make this a habit. If you always want the latest information on your screen, refreshing the page is a good thing to do. And as you can see, the bot has received exactly 1 Ethereum for trading. The remaining balance has stayed securely back in my wallet. So now we'll give this bot some time to work. So here's what I want to do. I want to check back in 12 hours and then again in 24 hours just to see how much profit my bot has been able to generate in half a day and then again in a full day. So I'm going to stop the screen recording right here. I will come back in 12 hours to share my results. Thanks for watching thus far if you're still with me. Until then, 12 hours from now, see you soon. Okay, it has been 12 hours. So let's take a look at our results. And I'm going to refresh the page now. And wow, I've earned 0.53 Ethereum passively in 12 hours. That's more than 50% of my deposit body. Wow. Let's go. That's a pretty impressive outcome for just half a day of automated trading. Oh my gosh, that's good. All right. Let's go. All right, I'm going to pause the screen recording again because like I said before, I want to check this over a 12-hour period and then again at the 24-hour mark. So I'm going to check back in another 12 hours to see just how much more my bot here can generate. I'm already pretty excited. I'm feeling really good. 0.53 Ethereum in half a day. So I'll see you again in 12 hours. Catch you soon. Let's go. All right. It has been another 12 hours, which means we're at the 24-hour mark. And so we want to check our profits. So let's assess how our bot has performed. Let's refresh the page. And boom. Here it is. I've earned nearly 1.34 Ethereum in total. Let's go. That's a very satisfying result, especially considering this whole process was fully passive. That is awesome. 1.34 Ethereum. I've almost, gosh, what is that? I went from I more than doubled. I more than doubled my original investment. That is unbelievable. Super satisfying result. Okay, let's head back to Forge. I'm going to pull it together and proceed to withdraw the funds back to my wallet here. So first click on stop. This will deactivate our bot. And just like before, we want to make sure we set the gas fee to fast for a faster transaction. And then you want to confirm it. All right. So now we wait for this to show up in the terminal. Once it appears, you want to go ahead and click on the withdraw button. Again, set the gas to fast or aggressive. Confirm the transaction. And waiting. There we go. The funds have been successfully withdrawn from the smart contract and sent back to my wallet. So let's check that wallet just to confirm. Nice. Okay, money's there. Everything worked perfectly. Now, just to wrap up, let's quickly verify the smart contract balance. And yeah, as expected, it's been cleared out after that withdrawal. So at this point, the bot's Ethereum balance is 0, as it should be, which means that withdrawal was successful. So I've made my profit a reality. I've captured my gains. And just as a rule of thumb, don't forget to refresh the page. I've said this before, just to see the most up-to-date info. So now, with that shown, let's talk about the price here. And as I mentioned yesterday, my goal is to get the maximum out of it, to earn as much as possible while it's still active. And that's why I'm offering to sell you this bot code. You'll be able to run it, use it, and profit from it for a very small price of only 1 Ethereum per week. But of course, I don't expect you to just take my word for it and pay me right away. That's why I'm giving you the chance to try it completely free for a month. After that, the free version will be disabled. Your API key will no longer be active. It'll no longer be valid. You will not be able to connect to the Claude AI or access any of these free features or access the full potential unlocked by the secret prompt. So that's exactly why I am confident that after you use this bot, everyone who gives it a try will message me and choose to continue. With that said, let's move on and talk about something else that's really important, especially if you run into any errors after you deploy your contract. Let me show you how to fix one of the most common issues, which is sometimes Forge will fail to estimate the gas fee after a deployment. And this usually happens if you wait more than 10 minutes after deploying the contract without taking any action. But when that happens, Remix might lose its connection to your deployed contract, making it pretty impossible to interact with it properly. But here's how to fix it. Don't worry. So you'll either need to reconnect to your deployed contract, or if necessary, redeploy a new one. But in most cases, reconnecting will work just fine. So to avoid this issue in the future, just try to go through all of the deployment steps that you watched earlier, just a bit faster. With that said, let's walk through how to reconnect. So refresh the page, and this will reset the workspace environment. After the page reloads, you want to click on your bot file. In my case, remember, it was just bot.sol. And then head over to the Solidity compiler tab. Make sure the optimization is enabled, just like before, and then click compile. Once it is compiled, you want to go to the Deploy and Run Transactions tab. And now instead of redeploying, we're going to reconnect to the existing contract. So in the environment dropdown, select Injected Provider, CoinBase Wallet. This connects your remix to your wallet and the Ethereum network. Then go to Etherscan once again. You want to find the address of your deployed smart contract and copy it. Back over here in Remix, you want to paste that address into the Add Address field just below the Deploy button and click it. And what this will do is reattach the deployed contract to your Remix workspace, and then you'll be able to interact with it again just as if it were deployed. Finally, click on the contract once it's loaded, and just like that, you'll have full access to the bot control menu again. And from here, just simply continue following the steps as outlined in the original instructions. Now, this method will solve most common issues you might encounter. However, if it doesn't, and you're still experiencing errors, just feel free to reach out directly to me on Telegram. You'll find all the links to my Telegram in the description below. Please text me only if you really need help and if you just can't figure it out by yourself. All right, so that's all today. Thanks for joining me. I really hope you appreciated this video and you appreciated my efforts and all of the content from today. And I hope you understand why I can't just give away this bot, this feature, and my prompt for free to everybody. That's all for now. And P.S., if you do want to purchase this secret prompt, just message me in Telegram and we can talk about your offer. Bye for now, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.